King Dollar Warriors still squeezing. Blake, you think they're feeling it yet?
It's so stupid with yesterday. We got this massive move lower as the as
Yeah.
the Trump, threatened to fire Powell. And when we found out that Powell's he's gonna stick around, he's not getting fired.
Right.
The dollar just reverted and just
Right.
I mean, it's so stupid. Like, just thinking about it yesterday, and because most of us, we just started, buying dollars again after these headlines but yeah, I think the pressure is coming, man. But we got retail sales here in a few minutes, Dale. That's gonna be a pretty big one. I wouldn't, I don't like I say I wouldn't. I don't like betting against the U.S. consumer, but these are times that with inflation where it's been recently, you do have to be a little bit careful going into today.
Yeah, they must be feeling it now, Blake, because I feel emotionally squeezed because I let go of my rest of my dollar longs through NOK and MEX, and I tried Aussie, didn't work yesterday, and giving the euro one more shot here. If it starts taking out 15 and a half, 15.30, I'll step aside. But yeah, I mean, these are hard tops because you have to really be patient. And, since we were in an uptrend, you think there's going to be another high. I'll tell you what hooked me on thinking there was another high. So sometimes your work works for you, and occasionally it misguides you. And it's this confirmed high that we had at the top. So there was absolutely no divergence before this sell off. So we'll see.
And yeah,
I
and
know,
yesterday
go
was
ahead.
hard. Yeah, it was hard, Dale. I mean,
Yeah,
when
I
you
saw that. I
when
was
you
on the
get
road. Yeah,
yeah, when you get those types of headlines, I
this
actually
candle.
closed out everything. I mean, I was like, and I took some losses in fresh. I was like freshly. I what was the euro was I closed out my dollar longs. The euro bounced like, I don't know, it was like 30 pips, and I started selling again. And then that headline comes out, and next thing you know, you're down like 30, 40 pips like
Yeah,
immediately.
yeah,
You know,
heartbeat.
yeah,
Yeah,
you have to react. I mean, you have to react to that type of stuff because when you have in yesterday's situation, you had Congress, members of Congress saying that I hear Powell's going to get fired. That means, whoa, maybe there is some validity to this, and you have to, act immediately, and then react later. So it was a tough one yesterday, but I'm glad most of
well,
us we started buying dollars again after the dust settled. So
all right. Well, as far as I'm concerned, this is going to be the major tell for if the dollar starts doing something wrong, would be just taking out this. Okay. That I think is going to shake up the bull case down there at 97.28, 97.20, because we get down under there, then you're talking deep just for a measured move, 8.5, 130, it's going to give you the low 96s. So to me, that this is a ball game for whether or not this was the low for the dollar or there is another shot for another low. So that's how things look to me. Came in. We're
Good
continue.
morning.
Good morning. Yen came off pretty good. Yen didn't recover as much as a lot of the other currencies, but again, it's hard to say that you have a high when momentum's almost 80
Yeah,
before the pullback.
there's a big Friday and weekend coming, Dale, in yen. So as I said already yesterday, before the whole Powell story, but we can see how quickly dollar yen got bought, actually faster than the others at first.
Yeah,
Um, It's tomorrow. So Akazawa spoke with Lutnick. Nothing new got said or done. They continue to hold their own views. Tomorrow, Ishiba is supposed to meet Besant, but Besant said he's just going to pay a courtesy visit to Ishiba, which means they probably won't talk too much about trade, although Ishiba is dying to do so. And then we have that Japanese election weekend coming. Um,
Yeah.
it's, you know what, the dollar is still strong. I think that we could end up the week on a potential high, especially if tomorrow, because they will meet Japanese time. So we should know what has been said in this meeting. If there's nothing coming out of the meeting between Besant and Ishiba, I guess dollar yen will close on a potential high going into those elections. And then we will see. But the fact of the matter is that it has been bought straight away from a dip, and that was what we are talking about already
Yeah.
a number of
All
times. There's
week.
still no real reason to be long yen. Crosses are maybe a bit different, but I mean, even so, I mean, euro yen still above 172. Even sterling, which was weaker, I mean, still above 199 sterling yen. There is absolutely no strength in the yen right now. After the weekend, different story. And
What
then
are the expectations for the election in Japan?
it could potentially be a big mess because the polls are saying that Ishiba and Komeito could actually lose their very fragile for now majority. I think they're only head above waters for I mean a handful of seats, and which could easily be lost. And there's some articles doing the rounds that there is like this new party coming, and this guy is getting a lot of the youngsters, young people's votes, a lot. I mean, in the context of things, but if he gets like anywhere between 10 and 15%, LDP and Komeito maybe toast, and then Monday is going to be a messy open, I guess. We open above 150 if you talk about the dollar yen relatively easily. And then we will see what the Bank of Japan and the MOF will do, because we were talking about that quite in length this morning actually on the Flow Show, what they could do. For interventions on the currency, we were saying like that may not be the first thing that they would use, but if we get like stress on the long-term JGBs, they may just Bank of Japan may for a start come in and buy unscheduled JGBs to try and calm the scenario a bit. But a very messy election and no deal or no advance, no progress on a deal with the US is likely going to put a lot of pressure on the yen, and it's going to make Bank of Japan's life very, very difficult.
Okay. Great analysis, Kay. So
Mhm.
anything actionable in front of the number or after retail sales, are you looking to react to
Yeah,
it?
I mean, there's one deal, and we have back to June. If you're going to look at the cable, 133 three quarters. We are extremely close. It's your low in June. It's a multiple low here. It has held through the dollar recovery as well after the Powell
Yeah.
denial. Let's put it that way for his immediate dismissal. It's shaping up as a pretty decent level. So 133 three quarters cable. I'm keeping a close look at it for after the numbers. And another dollar. Yeah, there's a few dollars who are ready to break up. Dollar CAD is one of those, but I still argue that I'm rather looking at 138 than already calling for a breakup here. But yeah, the Canadian deal not being done either. That could be one that continue with its move higher. I think if we get above 138, a move up to 139 is could be could be
Yeah.
quickly seen. Yeah.
140 handle. I mean, the measured
Um,
move. Yeah.
there's a few things going on in the 139s. I got 139, 20, 30, but yeah, 140 is a big psychological level. And you know what? I mean, after all this up and down, people may see it a break above 138 as a reversal, and then are we going to stop straight away at 139? Yeah, I've got that. That's the one I've got as well. The 139.37 there, yeah, that you're having. I've got that one on my picture as well. That's about it. Yeah, you can if the numbers are strong, you can virtually buy any dollar. I'm going to say, but be careful always. Yeah, because we are very close on a potential break on the Kiwi as well, just around 59, 58.90. So there are a few dollar pairs who are at interesting levels there.
Okay. I have to say that, even though I've been doing this for a long time, that I made my week more difficult for me in currencies because, you guys know I was buying it at the low. And all I had to do was just keep trailing my stop, but I didn't like the grinding decline. And, it's probably because I wanted to be flat. Okay. So, I kept saying, this bothers me. So,
Mm,
I just get out at 97.30
mm.
and I thought that we'd have some kind of full pullback. But again, the loss of discipline, all I had to do was keep trailing the stop. I'd still be there.
Yeah, but
So,
your crystal, yeah, but
huh?
crystal balls are a bit foggy right now, you know. I mean, yesterday, if there's really, if it would Trump would have really pushed for Powell to go towards the
Yeah.
exit, the dollar would
Yeah.
have been probably trading back at 96, and then it would be sitting there with a lower trade. It's very easy to self. I mean, for
Well,
self pity.
that's how you get better though. You just
Yeah,
have to
yeah, yeah,
remind.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
I
and you're
know.
right. You could have been trading. You could have been trading with trading stops just below
Yeah.
97. You would never have been done. But hey,
Yeah.
the next
Oh, I know.
opportunity is around the
I
corner, Dale.
Yeah, I just want to let people know that someone who's been doing it for decades can still your head. It's all in our heads. So just because I wanted to be flat wasn't a good reason to be flat. That's
Mm.
all. So
Unfortunately, you Yanks are trading with one hand tied behind your back to those stupid FIFO rules. Because if you could trade like us, you could take a good portion off at your level and run the rest.
Oh, you guys get to freaking trade like it's like damn cowboys. It's awesome.
yeah.
Oh, I'm going to shed a tear.
Anyway,
It's
yeah,
hey, you know what? It's you guys don't even understand how hard it is to do what we do in
I can imagine.
FX
Yeah.
or anything. We have to trade directionally in a position at all times. I can't.
Why don't you open two or three different positions and you can slice?
Well, we do like,
All right, there you
but
go.
do you know how difficult it is trying to trade multiple accounts in different directions? It's not easy.
No,
It's
same
like
direction. But if you open in the same account, can you not open two, three different
no,
positions?
no, you cannot.
No, FIFO.
yeah.
It's
As soon as you've opened
we
one, you've got to get out of it.
yeah, we have to have average positions and we have to be directional. I can't be long the euro in multiple positions. It automatically will average everything in. And that's why, like when you're in the trades room and you see me mark up hey, I just sold some of my euro, my new average is X. That's because it's FIFO rules. We
Okay.
can't manage positions independently.
We're all moving into your house, Ryan.
Seriously.
All right.
Seriously.
So, get
You're
the get
welcome,
the
mate.
bunk beds ready for the
Yeah, what do you
team.
want? Top or bottom bunk?
I don't care. I probably the bottom because I toss and turn. I'd probably kill myself up on top. So,
I'll take the top bunk and then I'll just fart on Dale all night.
we'll be there next
No
week.
chili tonight, Blake. No chili
Yeah.
tonight.
All right. So, what do you think? S&Ps, they did the same thing on that news. They were, at first under pressure, came back, and we going for new highs. I mean, I'm still sticking with it, with the stop over the high. So, looks indecisive to me. I know a lot of guys are just saying this is another ABC, and we're going to blow again. and take out this high. Any vibes from any of you guys for risk off? What could cause it? A weak retail sales number? Or will they like it because yields will come down?
If getting rid of the Fed head can't do it, you've got to wonder what can.
Yeah.
I forget. I refuse to talk about risk off. There's
Okay.
zero reason to talk about risk off. I mean, give us a reason to talk about risk off.
There's not one trade deal done.
I mean, yeah, but the market
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Look at the charts. I mean,
Yeah.
just look. I mean, the market's this is such a Teflon market that it's like, all right, wow, we saw a 20-point, S&P dip and then a 50-point rip higher. I mean, it's like until you get below 6150, it's useless to talk about.
You have a very good number there, Blake, because I look for 2-week reversals in turning points, and the 2-week reversal would be the close from 2 weeks ago, and it's 241, which we took out yesterday. So if we close under 241, you have a 2-week reversal. And weekly signals are more important than your 4-hour and your daily, and they're worth paying attention to. If we don't close under there, you're right, we'll just keep melting up. So I did hear from Jim. You talked to Jim today, right?
I will talk to him later today.
Yeah, and he's good. I thought I'd bring him on for people that don't know that he's over there on Trader Summit, and any new people that see us on X. So he's going to be here tomorrow.
He's a great dude. He's just a really, really, great guy to talk to. He's got a lot of experience, and he's very thoughtful in his macro analysis and putting together, the puzzle pieces for everybody. So you guys should definitely be here tomorrow. Actually, you should be here for every interview. I mean, today you got Melody Wright coming in.
But she sent me a DM. She's sick. A lot of people are getting COVID again.
Oh, that sucks.
There's a new strain. Anyway, so she said she couldn't talk. And that's one of the symptoms of the new COVID. It's like a real bad sore throat. So anyway, George Robertson had it. He was on yesterday. So anyway, just don't breathe and you'll be okay. So Ryan, what do you think of this board going into the number here? Anything on the board?
Yeah, what do I think? Well, I managed to get in some dollar yen longs because I missed on Tuesday. I said I'm here buy the dip if we get it on the CPI, and I tried to finesse a trade and missed it. So I got the ump, and I had to leave my desk late in the afternoon. But I managed to get in on that dip yesterday, 140 from 147.40 down to the figure. And I'm happy to sit on that into this Friday's Besant Ishiba thing, and if there's still good margin in it for the election on Sunday, because I still see no reason why the yen should strengthen. As for the others, euro dollar, I also mentioned here 115.70s is a bit of a level. Yeah, and we had a little nick through yesterday on the volatility, but it's holding for now. If we get a break under there, we're probably going down to 115, which is one of my big 5 levels, multi-year levels. As Kay mentioned, dollar CAD. Yeah,
I just wanted to bring up that when I see candles like this, with these spike ranges on either side, I use it as a measuring piece. So I take the total of the range, and then if we take out the high, I add it onto the high, and that would get us on 119-ish, and you subtract it, and it's going to get you 114 or so, 114.50. So this could be used as like a range breakout. So far it's being defended here. We take this out, I think they'll squeeze people that think that the euro is going to 110, which I think it can do. But I think the question is there one more hurrah left in the dollar?
But Dale, is it not? I mean, I agree with what you're saying, but this was on like some stupid announcements. Is it not better to watch this kind of price action and then add also subtract it if it comes on the back of real data?
Well,
I would.
I'm not sure. I mean, to me, a candle's a candle. I can't give it more weight or less weight, especially in the environment we're in. Like, what's a good reason for it happening, and what's just emotional stuff, tape
Mm,
outs.
And and,
So
and I want to talk about that really quick because I agree, Kman, that yesterday's like headline about firing Powell it was just a headline, and it's like something we shouldn't pay attention to, but I actually think it's something that we need to take into account because I think Trump believes he can fire Powell.
yeah, but we
I
know
do.
that.
I know. I believe he's going to try to do it. I don't know how successful he's going to be at doing it, but I think that's probably one of the greatest risks to being long the dollar, like, buying the dollar at this point. And I've been, you guys know I've been buying dollars for the last 2 weeks. But one of the greatest risks right now is that, we get up or we turn around and, he finds some sort of loophole and fires Powell. And I do think that is a risk for the
No,
dollar.
but yes, but the size of the candle is just a headline and a denial. I mean,
Yeah.
that is just about that I'm talking. I mean, I personally, and everybody does what everybody likes, but
yeah,
or believes in.
you
Personally,
would
I would
ignore
rather
the
have it on
wick.
a data than on
Yeah,
and then on an announcement and then a denial and then it maybe not or maybe yes after all. That's just the only observation I had about this.
yeah.
Candles like that can help confirm levels. I mean, if you look at euro sterling and what happened yesterday, obviously the euro
Same
spiked up.
thing.
I'm gonna
Go,
pick
okay,
pick
buddy.
up the charts here. Okay.
Yeah. So the prior high was what, 86, 95, 97, whatever.
Right there.
And then that spike high hit that level pretty much exactly. So that tells you, okay, this is a level we've got here, irrespective of how the candle got there. It's a level. Now, if you look at something like dollar CAD, the same thing happened. We spiked up to a level 136.55, which was a prior level that we'd already tested, but today it's gone through. So that's how
Yeah,
you can use. Sometimes these levels confirm something, they confirm again, and then if it then breaks afterwards, that's when you've got a move that is potentially going to continue. For the case of euro sterling, it hasn't continued and we've seen a pullback. For the case of
Yeah.
dollar CAD, we got up there again today and we've bust through it, which now
So it's
makes
just a
that level
continuation of what
potential
was happening
support.
before.
Yeah.
Or we can just say, forget the freaking candles and let's just look at stuff that's real clean. And I think the Aussie dollar is super clean right now. We have a nice double top. We broke the neckline. It's a 50% retracement, which makes it super, super easy. Like you can see the target just takes us back to trend lows. I mean, that's about as easy as it gets. We're at the 618 right now. So what we do today is if we have some weak US dollar data following this retail sales, let's say the retail sales is a miss, Aussie pops its head back up to 64.90, you sell it. There. Forget the candles. Let's just talk about cleanliness. How about that? It's out
I'm on the
off
other
of a
side.
weak employment. And by the way, 4.3% Aussie unemployment when the market was looking at 4.1%. I don't care about the headline number. That unemployment rate is pretty gnarly. So I think
Is it? Is it? Go and look at the
I
chart.
mean, for
Go and look at the chart,
expectations,
the unemployment rate.
and I'm
Tell me
just
it's
saying
gnarly.
for expectation wise. If you don't think it's bad, why don't you get long some Aussie here?
Well, I'm already long Aussie Kiwi, and I'm potentially going to buy Aussie dollar down at my 64.
You're long Aussie Kiwi. You're
Yep.
long Aussie Kiwi.
Yep.
After I was shorting it yesterday and putting in a pattern play, you dare to trade against me?
Well,
My
I'm
goodness.
trading against
Just,
myself.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I know you're right. I want to be short myself, but only on my big range edges from 110 up to sort of 112. I can't ignore the price action that's been pretty strong. So we've got to dip to a level, and it's the same old question. Yeah, Aussie's looking weak, but is it changing the trend that it's been under for the last 3-4 months?
Yeah.
Or is this just a pullback?
Just the Aussie Kiwi though, we hit the 618, 127% extension yesterday. It was perfect confluence right there. So that's why I was leaning into it yesterday ahead of the jobs data. But anyway, but did you guys see this for Leandro, who happens to be in Greece right now? He just met up with Stelios and Steve and he was actually on the boat in between, right in the, I'm trying to think of the Peloponnese. It's just out in northern Greece. Anyway, he's up 37% in his Ethereum pattern in play. That's freaking ridiculous. Really, really great.
Nice, Leandro.
It's the best one I've ever seen in 8 years of me, watching all of our patterns in play over the last 8 years. And you can go through them all. We have 104 pages of them in 8 years. But I think the last biggest pattern in play was like 22% or something. So that's a huge gain. If you guys are part of the Forex Analytics community, you guys have seen it. All right. Hey, we got a couple minutes before this data comes out. Ryan, what are you thinking? Aside from the Aussie Kiwi, let's talk, reaction to this news, getting ahead of this news. What are you going to do?
What am I going to do? I'm going to manage a bit my dollar yen, my dollar CAD. I think that the mood the market's in right now, dollar's probably still a dip buy even on bad news, unless it's absolutely horrendously bad. So keep an eye. We also got the Philly Fed and jobless claims, so there's quite a bit out.
Okay, Kman, I know you had your eye on the dollar yen. With the elections this weekend, are you trading anything else in particular?
No, I'm actually relatively quiet right now. That yesterday's blip made my day. So I mean, I'm not in a hurry, but as I said, I'm watching the levels, watching levels in Q, watching levels in cable, watching levels maybe in the Aussie as well, down in those 40s. And then we will see, reaction instead of trying to front run anything, rather for me today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually quite surprised. Sterling's been as strong as it has down here.
Yeah, interesting, right?
Yeah, because I was short, coming through the ascending wedge and down to yesterday or day before yesterday, I got out of everything down here. But I'm surprised it hasn't broken lower yet. But I guess if it does, it should be a pretty nice ride, I would think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a big figure below.
Yeah.
Really close.
Maybe we can get a right shoulder back to 36 on that.
Maybe. I just know this 134.40 level is so big. And you can see how we're just kind of consolidating around it. We're playing on both sides of it. So
Just recheck the breakdown. Just a rally
Yeah.
back to the breakdown.
Maybe. I don't know. We got to see some serious dollar weakness in order for that to happen. By the way, Bitcoin looks a little shaky here, just FYI. And I think the chart that everybody should be looking at right now is gold. I think that gold is going to tell. I already told everybody in the Forex Analytics chat room what that means to me, but for everybody here, just watch gold. I think gold's going to be the catalyst. It's going to help drive some moves here. So I pay a little bit closer attention to what's happening in the gold market. And I think as far as data goes, let's get ready for it. I'm gonna go ahead and prepare for it right now. We'll have the dollar index right in the middle. There's the S&P right over here to the right. Over here, you're gonna put in yields. Put in the 10-year yield, put in a 15. Oh shit, I didn't want to do that. Let's go back. There we go. Right here's the 10-year. And how close are we, Ryan?
We are 10 seconds.
Oh, shoot. All
Click,
right.
click, 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 click faster, click
No,
faster.
seriously, seriously. All right, here's the data flash. We move that over, and here we go. Here's the data. What do we got?
Retail sales hot, hot, hot.
Hot. Look at that. And the euro, the dollar yen has popped above 148.90. Euro is at new fresh
Jobless
low.
okay. Jobless okay.
Jobless claim. Look, it's hard to fade the US consumer. It really is. I mean, well, let's put it this way. You
Pretty
know,
Fed
you
okay
have
as well.
you have think about like okay, Nvidia's market cap is more than the German DAX. Think about that for a second. Right? Like Nvidia's market cap is larger than the German DAX, the whole German DAX. You have Americans or people that are just wealthy, that are they own US equities, blah blah blah, this, that, and the other thing. They're the ones that are spending the money. They're the ones that are driving the bus right now. And as long as the stock market stays higher and real estate is not selling off, we have the trickle down effect here in the United States, like it's nobody's business. They just the top 5% spends all the money, and they tip, they pay for the commissions for the salespeople, you name it. So that's, and by the way, gold is testing major support right now. We're seeing that trend line.
On the
So
verge of breaking down there. Nice call, Blake.
yeah. So just keep your eye on gold. It's right there. So guys, it's hard to fade the U.S. consumer. When you start to see the stock market, sustaining 20% sell-offs, or you see the real estate market really shaving off some of its overall market cap, that's the time when you start looking at a weaker consumer. But right now it's really hard to step in front of it. So Melody is not going to be here. Speaking of real estate, that's one of those things that I was just, this is silly for me. I'll say it. I was playing golf in a neighborhood that's just, 3 miles up the road. Since I was playing with one of the two of the big realtors for the last 20 years in that area. They're members of the club and everything else, and they're friends of mine. They've sold most of the real estate in there. There's like it's a place called Desert Mountain, and you guys can Google it. Desert Mountain in Scottsdale. The smallest or the cheapest home is 1.5 million. The most expensive homes are north of 30 million. I mean, they're ridiculous.
They got out. They're selling.
No. That neighborhood basically is 85% empty.
Wow.
Throughout the summer, and there's second, third, fourth, fifth homes for most people.
I see.
They're a $10 million home that some ex-executive from GE, owns as a fifth home. That's $10 million. That's the entire neighborhood, guys. There's so much money out there. And the point I'm trying to make is they're the ones that are, they control the purse strings here. So just, keep that in mind, especially when you're talking about in the United States. And so that's what makes.
Do you know if any of those households are looking for
a maid?
An uncle that can teach them how to trade?
it's
Uncle Dale.
Dale's a new Mrs. Doubtfire.
Uncle Dale.
Mrs. Doubtfire. That's funny, Ryan. I actually got that one.
Yeah.
You guys got that.
You know what? That hurt my feelings, Ryan. I'm kidding. Anyway, Robin Williams was great in that. So go ahead, Blake.
I was just going to say a couple of things. All right. So first of all, the retail sales data came out. We got some. We have some CPI. We have some inflation data out of Japan tonight. What's really interesting, I think, that if you look at what happened in the euro, so we basically we breached yesterday's lows by just a pip or two in the euro, and we failed to capitalize on that move. So you got to be a little bit nervous.
Yeah, they could turn it.
They could. I mean,
It's a
like I
long day.
said, it is a long day, and I don't think this Powell situation is we're past it yet. I think that I know the last, which is interesting, Trump's last presidency, which he did appoint Jerome Powell, just in case you newer traders didn't know that. He appointed Jerome Powell. It was during COVID. He also harassed Powell his entire remaining of his tenure. He just, he badgered him just like he's doing right now. But I really think that he's going to stay on top of this and he's not going to let it go. So that's going to be the constant risk. I'd like to believe that Powell will stick around at, for any reason. He's not going anywhere. But if there's a legal loophole that he can find, that Trump can find, or his team can find, he will. And that's going to be the overarching issue in the days ahead that we just have to be really, really careful with.
At least we know what the market reaction is going to be.
But yeah, I mean, Powell's out. The dollar's going to get smashed, and if it looks like, the market,
it's a bit like an option. Okay, it's got time decay, because the longer it goes, the closer it gets to when he finishes anyway. So if he fires him 2 months before he's due to leave anyway, the market isn't going to give us stuff, because we probably know who's going to replace him anyway. And as soon as we know who's going to replace Powell, that also limits the reaction, because everyone will be thinking, right, well, we need to listen to the new guy who's coming in, not Powell anymore.
Yeah, that's a great point. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you guys are watching this right now, but man, the dollar yen. I was just looking at the dollar yen. We have we had a spike above that 147 level. It can't sustain. Well, at least not right now.
Yeah.
It can't sustain, or 49. I'm sorry, I said 47. 149 didn't sustain there. If you go to the Forex Analytics chat room, you go over to news and research. Michael Brown posted like some of the what Brent Donnelly was looking at as far as the dollar yen moves that you could see. I think you're going to get a lot of positioning, squaring ahead of this. So be real careful, or trading around this yen. It's going to be very volatile.
It's a heck of a wick already.
Look at the 10-year, Blake.
Yeah, let's go take a look at what yields are doing.
450. I said it start of the week. 450 is your marker.
There you go. It's right at 450.
Yeah.
So we happen to be right in the middle of this freaking consolidation too in the 10-year. But yeah, and you look at the euro, we probed yesterday's lows and no follow through. So so you got to be a little careful here. I mean, if you were just think about what had just happened. Strong numbers, strong retail sales, strong weekly unemployment claims look great. You start buying dollars, and then right now it's up in your face. It's not saying that the euro is going to 117, but I can see the euro trading right back above 116 on all these people just getting squeezed. Just, I mean, look at the Aussie. The Aussie's coming back after hitting fresh lows. Sterling hasn't hit new lows, which, Kman and I were just talking about that.
Yeah.
Dollar CAD, we have this, everybody's aching to trade that I am right here. I'm aching to trade this double bottom that plays out right to the 200 DMA in the dollar CAD, but we're struggling as we get up towards that resistance. So I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with being patient when you hear yourself say, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you will know.
True.
But you have to be patient until then.
Yeah, that's right.
All the trouble is between here and there.
That's right. Hey, really, before we go, I do want to mention this. If you guys haven't signed up for the newsletter, something that Ryan mentioned, we are on August 7th. Did I say that right, Ryan? August 7th. I have it in my notes. August 7th, we're having a risk management webinar specifically for all subscribers of this newsletter. It will not be broadcast on YouTube. It's going to be a down and dirty, talk about the good, bad, and the ugly with risk management with most of our team members here. You got Dale, Kman, Ryan, myself, Stelios is going to be there. Leandro's, I'm not sure about Leandro. Andre's going to be there. Nick from Trading Analytics is going to be there. We're going to have a really nice show for all of you guys that are registered for the newsletter, because the link will be in the newsletter. So make sure you get signed up for that. You can find the link right in the middle of our website. Our newsletter is how you get signed up to get notified about Trading Analytics. And you will have the link in the newsletter to join. It's going to be an awesome, because I've got a lot of great talking points. I've met with so many traders from the trader funding program over the last year. I've got so many big topics to talk about with risk management, everything from trading your P&L to, taking too big of positions to, we're going to talk about all of these different nuances about risk management, which is by far the most important thing that you take into account when you trade. So make sure that you register here. Yes, you can only watch it through that link. Yes, a recording will be available for anybody who is registered if you're not there, because you might be on holiday or vacation or whatever. So I did want to mention that today, before we go. Ryan, anything else you want to mention regarding that or anything else?
Yeah, I think we need to revise the start time for that webinar, because it's going to be pretty big.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a pretty big one. The time will be sometime in the late afternoon European hours, morning here in the US. And again, if you can't attend live, you will be able to get a recording as long as you're registered. So there you go. Ryan, any last minute thoughts for today for the markets?
Last minute thoughts? No, just wait and see if we get any funny action for Mr. Trump later on to shake our day up.
All right. Kman, anything for you?
Yeah, I'll make sure that I'm out of the office before the fixing this time, because after the fixing is getting too dangerous.
Yeah.
No, apart from that, we've been talking about that on the Flow Show as well. I mean, we are in seemingly a period now where we kind of wait and see. But if you look at the US fundamentals, there is short term, at least, very little reason to be short dollars right now. So I'd say we are going to start to trade ranges, but with a probably dollar bit tone on dips for a while, unless we get negative dollar news at some point. And what I also think is that the long termers are not involved in whatever's going on now.
What do you mean
A
by
lot
that?
of short term. It's a lot of short term trading. You trade short term. You trade algos. You trade hedge fund. Hedge funds will be all over this as well, because they are short term traders. But I don't think that the real long termers are involved in this. They are waiting. They are waiting.
Okay, Wall Street Journal is reporting China threatens to block a deal handing over dozens of seaports to Western investors unless Costco secures a stake. Costco being not Costco, the retailer, Costco food. That's interesting. All right. Sorry, I was just reading a headline thinking it might be a big deal. All right, guys. Well, I want to say thanks everybody for being here today. This has been a hell of a week, and the sad thing is I don't think it's over. Hey, K-Man, tell us about the Japanese elections. What's the timeline look on all that?
Well, last time, if I recall correctly, we had exit polls coming in, dripping in before the Sunday night open. So that would be the ideal one. Final results, I don't think we are going to get before Monday, but we will have a very good idea, especially to know what's going on with LDP and some of those smaller parties who are in the opposition, if they manage to get some more voters, because the thing is really, if LDP loses really out, they it's going to be very difficult to push anything through at all, because those opposition parties, some of them are even asking for monetary policy to stay loose for tax cuts. This it could be pretty messy. So yeah, I think if LDP loses the majority, watch out. And again, I mean, is it going to be a big enough move to spark FX interventions? If we open at 155, probably yes. But I still think that if it's more orderly, the Bank of Japan will first intervene in the JGBs before the MOF decides to do anything with the currency.
So as far as the LDP goes, do you think that is the bigger risk right now, that they lose their majority?
Well, all the polls are showing that the risk is high.
Okay.
So
Which helps explain why, like, we've had the dollar yen move from, I mean, obviously the dollar's been weaker,
yeah.
but having it move from the mid 140s to the upper 140s, it makes
That's
sense.
that, and trade is part of it.
Yeah.
Trade first, I think, and then the elections have certainly been adding to it. And the thing is as well, you look at dollar yen, but it's not just the dollar yen move, which really shows that the yen is weak. Is that all yen crosses are higher, all of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Despite bad news on, let's say, for instance, despite that bad stuff on the Aussie employment, your Aussie yen is still 96. It's higher than what it's been months ago, right?
Yeah, the thing that makes me a little
See
nervous
that?
about this Aussie, and we're back at the neckline, and you'd think this breakout would have been a lot more aggressive. I don't know.
Yeah, but I was just talking about the yen side of things.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
okay, got it.
if you look at all the yen crosses, they're still trading at pretty high levels compared to weeks ago.
Yeah, true. All right, guys. Well, Dale, I know we've kept you here long enough. You want to go put your feet in the sand? I would if I was where you're at. So hopefully you're having a great time out in Southern California, Dale, and enjoying the weather, because I'm sure it's much better than where I'm at right now. So
Yeah, I just wanted to emphasize, just in case the dollar does reverse, I wouldn't be long the dollar if it takes out yesterday's low, which is also a low that we had a couple days ago.
you
So
wouldn't
that's
be
my,
long the dollar if we took out yesterday's low.
yeah,
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I would agree with
yes.
that statement.
And I agree with your gold. It's breaking down. I think we're going to 29, 20, 31 in there. So, that should be a great buying opportunity down there.
Yeah.
And lastly, Um, you have to watch the flow show, and here's the main reason. Ryan is nimble and Ryan is quick, and you can watch Ryan jump over the candlestick.
As long as it's a small
And,
one.
and he does that live, okay? So we want to see the video of you jumping over a candlestick, Ryan.
I'll jump over a tea light. How about that?
All right, and above all, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Good hunting, everyone. Tomorrow, Jim Welsh, and we'll wrap up the week. And it's not easy with these tape bombs nowadays, guys. So use less margin and let your trades breathe. And it's like, if you don't see anything, there's no law you have to trade every day. Remember that. Okay. And we'll see everyone tomorrow to wrap it up. Thank you. Thanks, Kay and Brian and Blake. Um, Again, still believe we're the best team on the net.
Thanks,
And
Coach.
so hard to find a combination of talent and people who care about people. Usually their egos are too big when they're good. So take advantage of the people that are around here at Forex Analytics. Don't take advantage of them. Learn from them. So that's a wrap, everyone. Have a great day. Thanks, guys, and see everyone tomorrow.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks,
All right,
guys.
guys.
Thanks, Brian and Kman.
See you
See you,
guys.